Hello everyone, and welcome to this Unit 2 of Data Structures, in which we will see some data structures provided by Python, starting by lists. In summary, so far we have been working with different types of data, such as integer, strings, float, and so on. But sometimes we need more complex ways to store information. In this case, data structures provide us different functionalities to store different types of data that are more complex than simple types. In this unit, we are going to see some of the most popular data structures used in Python, such as lists, tuples, dictionaries, and sets. So let's start with the very beginning as lists, which are a very popular type of data that allow us to store elements in an ordered collection of items. In this way, each element of the list has a position and this list has an order. This is important because other structures doesn't have this property. Lists are also mutable. This means that we can add, remove, or change the items of the list during the execution of the program. In order to define a list, we need to put square brackets, such as this, and inside these square brackets, we have to put the elements separated by commas. Here you have an example of two lists. In this, there are three integers. As you can see, they are separated by commas. And in this one, they are mixed elements, strings and integers. Let's see how it works, the first one, when we define this list. It's important to note that each element is represented by a position, starting from position 0. So each element has a position depending on the order of the list. In the case of this list, these are the values and the positions. In this case, we have these values in these positions. So, for example, the element in position number 2 is this one. Similar to other types such as strings, lists have properties that are similar to this. In this case, for example, we have the function len that can obtain the length of the data list. In this case, if we define this list and we use the function len, we will obtain this number, since there are 3 elements. In addition, we can have other operations similar to strings, such as concatenation, which represents the concatenation of 2 lists, such as in this example. In addition, apart from this definition, we can access the element of a specific position by using the indexing operator brackets. This is quite similar to what we did in strings. So, in this example, we are retrieving the element of position 1, taking into account that the first element is position 0, so this will be the element in position 1. In addition, we can use the slicing operators to retrieve elements from an initial position until an end position. We can also use different operators to compare lists, and it's important to know how it works the equality operator. In this case, this operator represents if 2 lists are similar or not. In this case, this property will return true or false depending on whether or not 2 lists are the same. So, if 2 lists are defined and the elements are the same in the same order, this property is true. Otherwise, it's false. In this case, if there are elements different, of course, both lists are false. But if the elements are the same but in a different order, there is also a false return value. Other properties, methods, and functions that can be used, for example, this one, we can split in a similar way that we can, we use the string operator, if we split, this function will return a list of words. So here we are combining strings and lists. This is the default behavior of this method. And there are, apart from the methods that we have been seen, such as len, there are other functions and methods that can be used in lists, such as this one in order to join those lists, this one in order to convert something to a list, and so on. I encourage you to visit this reference, which is the official documentation, in order to see the whole set of methods and functions that can be used in lists. So lists provide us a complex structure for storing elements, and you have to take into account two concepts. The lists or the elements of a list have a specific order, so it's important the position that they occupy. And also the elements of a list can be mutable, so we can add, can delete, or can update the elements of a list. Thanks for watching.